tonight on ESPN and FS1.
In life, there are people who hike with poles and drink their meals, and people who feed on Jack Link's jerky, a protein snack made with 100% beef. Because in life, you either run with Sasquatch or you run from Sasquatch.
Hi, Linda. Looks like you've got a prescription fill. Any idea how much that's going to cost in there? The exact same drug that's $10 at this pharmacy.
What is NASCAR in Texas? It's the passion, fueled by 200 miles per hour of aggression. It's the icons that everyone comes to see. It's the access, the closest you can get. And it's the party, Texas-sized and bigger than anywhere else. This is NASCAR, and this is Texas. The O'Reilly Auto Parts 500, March 29th. Buy your tickets at TexasMotorspeedway.com.
Our limo?
We're not getting a limo.
Well, I thought you were going to get a car that was classy and elegant.
Oh, we are. And this one's got over 700 horsepower.
Great, because I'm driving.
You're fanatical about NASCAR. Geico's fanatical about saving you money on car insurance. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more. Proud partner of NASCAR.
When I started Cobra Kai, the lack of control over my business made me a little intense. But now QuickBooks helps me get paid, manage cash flow, and run payroll. And now I'm back on top with Koala Kai.
Save over 40 hours a month with Intuit QuickBooks.
Hey, America, come in for a $20 feast. Hey, America, come in for a $20 feast. Come to TGI Fridays today for 2 apps, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts, all starting at only $20. Come together, come together. Come in now to feast.
Here we are in our nation's capital where the XFL rolls on. It's week 5 and the drama continues to build. It's a perfect day to watch some football. The Battlehawks fans and the Defenders fans out in full force. And away we go from D.C.
DC! DC! District in the house!
Another day to get better, baby. Come on, gotta take advantage of it. We got to. We got to.
It's a great opportunity to go like a wood today. I'm excited. Let us out the cage to go play. 1, 2, 3. DC on 3. 1, 2, 3. DC!
For the love of football.
Tamu on the key.
This honestly means a lot to me just to be able to continue playing the sport I love.
Touchdown!
This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Cardell's not scared.
Opportunity to play professional ball.
He is not backing down.
These guys absolutely love the game of football. For some, it might be the last moments of their professional days, but others are here to shine, to be a name that you remember.
Inside the 5 and he's in!
Another big play.
Today, 2 teams going in opposite directions meet in the nation's capital. The Battlehawks, with their massive home field advantage, now have to keep momentum going on the road, where Cardell Jones and the Defenders have bowled quite well.
From the first whistle to the last whistle.
It's the XFL.
Our goal is at the end of the year, hold up that championship trophy with my teammates and celebrate.
Because we all just love the game.
And here come the DC Defenders on their home turf. Boy, they're happy to be back. It's the XFL on FS1, the Battlehawks and the Defenders this afternoon. And here's what is at stake as we take a look to the East standings. St. Louis has been maybe the best team in the league, at least right behind Houston. They're 3-1. The Guardians have really caught fire now. You see, they're right in the mix. So for DC, this is a big game trying to keep pace with the frontrunners in the East Division. As we welcome you to the broadcast booth. That's right, good to see you on a Sunday afternoon. My partner, you know him, 3-time Pro Bowl tight end, Greg Olsen, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And so let's start with St. Louis, Greg. They've been terrific. Only 1 loss on the year. That was a game we did to Houston. Probably should have won the game. A couple of turnovers doomed them there. But the bottom line is they have turned into an RPO offensive machine led by their quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu.
They have. St. Louis, they have a little bit of a different approach here in this XFL offensive world, and they don't shy away from it. They are a run-first team. They got 3 great backs. But as you said, it all starts with their quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu. They come at you from so many different directions. Here, just a simple zone read, RPO style play to Matt Jones, big chunk play. You know, they can, again, the next time he ends up pulling the ball to try to make the throw on the RPO, defender takes the play around. What am I going to do? I'm just going to put the ball down. I'm just going to go run and pick up a first down. And then the last layer, off that run game, here comes their RPO passing game. Pulls the ball out of the running back, hits the Mornay Pearsonell for a big touchdown last week. They're so versatile. They're so balanced, run and pass. And it all starts with this guy pulling the shots at quarterback. He's a special player.
Yeah, coming off his best game of the year. He was the offense last week, and that's why St. Louis is 3-1. Meanwhile, for the defenders, they got off to a great start. They won their first 2 games at home. They did everything right. They got the turnovers. They converted them to points. You see 29 points a game. Last 2 games were on the road, and quite honestly, they stunk. It was the total opposite of what happened the first 2 games. So you got 2 at home, great. 2 on the road, not so great. Who are these defenders, Greg Olson?
Well, I think that's what they're trying to figure out. I think Coach Pep Hamilton has to be a little alarmed. They came storming out of the gates. I remember we had them a few weeks back, and we're saying, is this the best team in the league? And then after the last 2 games, we say, they could be the worst team in the league. I think today, against a really good St. Louis team, they are going to find out, we're all going to find out, who are the DC defenders, and I'm looking forward to seeing them match up today for what should be a great game.
Back home, I know they feel good about that, at least their head coach does, Pep Hamilton, because he's now with the 3rd member of our team, as usual, Jenny Taft.
Kevin, thank you. DC started the season so strong. There have been some growing pains offensively last couple of weeks, but you're back home. So what do you need to see early?
Well,
back on track.
just stay in the moment, focus on winning each play, and come out here and have a fun-filled day of football and play our brand of football.
No secret, St. Louis, they're going to run the football. They're doing it well. How do you disrupt them?
We got to stop the run, and we got to score early to put a little pressure on them so that they just can't commit to running the football.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jenny, Coach, thank you very much. So the Battlehawks coming in with the favorite here. They're 4.5-point favorites, over under 38.5, and those odds provided by Fox Bet this afternoon. Just a perfect afternoon. Home team gets to decide whether to receive or kick. They receive, and here we go from DC. Holloman on the return. And up to the 30. And that's where we will see Cardale Jones take the field and just try to get right, Greg. It's just like the team. First 2 weeks, he was excellent. And, last 2 weeks, he has really struggled to find any kind of rhythm. And it's not just him, the whole offense. And here's the proof, right? 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, first 2 weeks, only 46%. No touchdowns, 5 picks the last 2 weeks. That's just not going to work. And so see if they can turn around that narrative here today. Start with Donnell Pumphrey, who will get the call. And running to the left side. He's got a gain of 4 on first down. We'll see.
Mistakes. Those are the struggles this offense has had these past 2 weeks.
Nice wander to punt it away. Close to getting partially blocked. Pearsonell, dangerous, back on the receiving end with space. Out across the 30. And he's hit out of bounds at about the 32. And that's where we will see St. Louis on offense for the first time behind their dynamic quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu, only 22 years old. And boy, you feel like there's a lot more to come for him. Just scratching the surface. Started out at New Mexico Military, went to Ole Miss, and started a full season his senior year. Put up good numbers. Speaking of good numbers, that's what he's putting up here in this league. 75% completion rate. That is number 1 in the XFL. This is a running team. Make no mistake about it. And he leads the way. And Matt Jones starts the game at tailback. On the fake. Ta'amu looking to throw, looking to go deep, going deep, he will, looking for Washington, and he overthrew him. But Damian Washington had a step, and he could not connect.
I like that start, though, right? All week, Chuck Long, he's telling everybody, Jordan Ta'amu, he's running the ball. Last week was a run fest with their big win over Seattle. First play, what do? They go play action, they try to take a shot deep. Back these defenders off the ball. I just love that start, that aggressive play here. First play of the game from the Battlehawks offense.
Fake to Jones. Ta'amu in some trouble. Being pressured now. And Ta'amu dragged down up at the 35-yard line. Pretty good pursuit that time from Raheem Moore out of the free safety spot to prevent a big gain.
Hey, alpha! There you go.
Pressure. Ta'amu goes down. The defenders have their first sack in 3 weeks. Tavares Barnes gets home.
As you said, KB, these are the plays here. You see coming off the side here, just overload pressure. The right side of the offensive line just really outmatched, and look what happens. They turn into that overload pressure, and Barnes comes unblocked off the left side. Great scheme early from defensive coordinator Jofi, and what a great start here for that Defenders defense. As you said,
This is a stage. The Garden. The Mecca. This is a Big East tournament, folks. Where stars shine brighter. Marcus Howard. Power's taking over. And moments last a lifetime. You can't guard against them, Gus. This is where the conference king is crowned. What a game! The Big East tournament. March 11th through 14th on Fox FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Welcome to Portobello's. This guy looks like he's...
What is happening?
We're Jack Daniels, the oldest, realest, loudest, quietest, friendliest, lonesomest, proudest, mellowest, least likely to give up on a good tradition, most likely to make it how we make it, whiskiest whiskey from Lynchburg, Tennessee.
It's amazing at your Lexus dealer.
This impossible stuff is, I don't know about it, man.
Sahar finally convinced Olu to try the Impossible Whopper.
I think you'll be surprised. He's into it.
This is good.
It's 2 for $6.
Can't go wrong with 2 for $6.
Get the Impossible Whopper as part of the 2 for $6 mixer match. Your way, way better.
He played with a heavy heart, and I am very proud of his all the way. And I love you. My game brother, what's up?
So that was last week in a Battlehawks win. It was special for Will Hill, the former NFL veteran whose father had an aneurysm the day before the game, had to have emergency surgery. Played with that on his mind, had a game-sealing interception, and that was the game ball delivered by his head coach, Jonathan Hayes. So a really cool moment. As they go on a little jet sweep action, they're going to get it to Rodgers. And a little razzle-dazzle from the Defenders picks up a first down.
Again, last week we saw so much of their run game was so basic. You're going to see Rodgers. He's all
the Defenders. Blitz coming. Jones in trouble. Stays alive. Points deep. Releasing deep. And it's underthrown and intercepted. It's picked off by Kenny Robinson. The 7th interception of the year for Cardale Jones.
Ruling on the field was an interception. First down, St. Louis.
Look at, I think he gets his hands under that, KB. That's an unbelievable play by Kenny Robinson. An ill-advised pass. He's forcing the ball, scrambling it. Just Cardale, he's made so many of those poor plays over the last couple weeks.
That ruling is under further review.
They're going to take a look at this in replay. Terry Valenti, let's listen in to our replay.
The nose of the ball hitting in between his fingers, and he's bouncing it up into his hands. We got an incomplete.
Okay, so Terry, after further review, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Okay, great. However, not enough to change. We were looking at whether the ball hit the ground inside of his hands, and using an end zone shot, we've got not enough to show whether it did or didn't. Got his hands on it pretty quickly. We're going to let this one stand. The turnover will stand.
So after further review, the ruling on the field of interception stands.
Correct. That will be great.
After further review, the ruling on the field of interception stands. First down, St. Louis.
So there you go, the 2nd interception of the year for Kenny Robinson. And meanwhile, Cardale Jones's troubles continue as Tyree Jackson has started to warm up, the backup quarterback for DC. Don't know if that's just getting loose or if there's something to that.
That's something to keep an eye on. You just poor decisions just lead to your play caller losing faith in you. You can tell they've gotten off to a really conservative start. As you said, 8 of the first 9 plays were run plays. Cardale's got to throw that ball out of bounds, live to play another snap.
On first down, Matt Jones, second leading rusher in the XFL with a big hole out across midfield into Defenders territory. 21 yards from Matt Jones.
In the open, And we talked about they are not shy. They are a run-first team. You see him cause a little misdirection here with the zip motion. It's just a single back. They pull the backside guard, and he just hits that downhill and fast. And Matt Jones, when he can get his shoulder square and hit the ground, hit the hole flat, he is super electric with the ball.
Here's Keith Ford. They've got 3 backs who they really trust. Ford had a touchdown last week, and they kind of have plays for each of them.
Something interesting listening to Coach Chuck Long yesterday. He said he learned this from Barry Sanders. He said, I'm going to get my best player in for their best play. And I just think that describes this Battlehawks team so well. 3 great running backs, and obviously Jordan Ta'amu, what he's able to do, both run and pass.
Got an injured player. We have this time, and while they tend to Campbell, hopefully he's okay. We just saw Kenny Robinson with a big play the other way. Jenny Taft has him.
All right, Kevin, thanks, Kenny. Now, here's the thing. You make a big play, second interception of the season, but you get on the phone immediately with your coaches. So I got to say, I hope they're congratulating you, but what was the message?
His message was, congratulations, but we got a long game. It's only the first quarter, we got to finish out.
Anything feel better than that play, making that move, and celebrating with your guys who are giving you a hard time behind us for this interview?
Yeah, it felt wonderful, especially with my family being there. I gave a game ball to my father and my sister, so it definitely felt good.
All right, some proud family in the stands. Go keep it up.
Thank you.
Oh, how great is that? So gets to go over and share the game ball with his family. As we'll check in on Campbell. Duran Grant has replaced him. St. Louis, a couple big plays on this drive. 2nd down and 4.
180. What's up?
Jones, good cut. Matt Jones running well in the early going, and that's one thing they couldn't do last week. Run up the middle.
Their traditional run game last week was a real struggle. It really took Ta'amu being able to get involved with the run, play action stuff, the read, the zone stuff. This week they've been a little bit more consistent, at least here early, in just traditional, pure handoff. We haven't seen a lot of Ta'amu having any reads. As this series goes on, we'll see if they start layering that in.
Well, Matt Jones off to a well to start here. Down to the 32. Considering last week he had 15 carries for 20 yards, he's going to be over 30 yards with that carry already in the first quarter.
Yeah, and if you're Chuck Long and you're, calling these plays early, trying to get a feel for what this game's going to be, that's got to make you feel good. Your best player hasn't even really had to do anything yet, and your run game, which you pride yourself on, has gotten off to a great start.
Pearson L in motion. They give it to Jones again. Talking about Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator. And we're down, and we'll call it 2. To get an injured player. That's the center, Brian Folkerts. Jordan Ta'amu was just raving about him the other day, about what a great player he's been for them.
Yeah, I played with Brian for a few years in Carolina. Great kid, local St. Louis kid. I think he got rolled up on. I kind of caught it late. I think he was engaged. You see him here, 67. He's the center. They just go zone to the left. And watch here at the end. The pile, and he gets bent back by the defender he was blocking. You just got to hope he was able to get his leg out of there. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's a tough kid.
And Doug.
Give me your hand! I can save you! Lots of money with Liberty Mutual. We customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
That's great music. Burst into song when
The future of fitness is at home. The Mirror.
Eating better is easy when everything is done for you. Meet Freshly. Chef-cooked meals, ready in minutes. Choose from a weekly menu crafted by our chefs and nutritionists, and we'll deliver fresh to your door. So skip the meal prep, cooking and cleaning, and start eating healthy without the hassle. To order your chef-cooked meals, go to freshly.com today.
In a middleweight showdown on FS1,
One of boxing's hardest hitters, James Kirkland.
This guy's a freak of nature.
Takes on the all-action madman, Marcus Hernandez. Kirkland, Hernandez. Coverage begins Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Well, there is the new center, Michael Miller, with Brian.
Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Well, there is the new center, Michael Miller, with Brian Folkerts going out with an injury. As Jenny Taft reminded us during the break, how wild is it that Folkerts actually coached Miller? They both are Washburn graduates. So his replacement was coached. It's a protege. So Miller in there now. Kristen Michael in the game at tailback for the first time, and he gets it. And Michael's got himself a first down. And Greg, it's a little different today. We talked coming on about the RPOs. Right now,
don't read. Right now, it's just been downhill traditional run game.
I'll even. Go.
First and 10. Michael bounces outside, makes something happen. Kristen Michael inside the 15, all the way down to the 11. He's got a first down and a gain of 15.
You know, something Louis Chaffee, the coordinator of the defenders mentioned. We got to take away what they do best. Well, wow, look at that catch back. First couple snaps of the new center there, Miller. Thankfully, his quarterback's a great athlete. But what I was saying before is the D coordinator of the defenders, Louis Chaffee, said we got to take away what they do best. This is a little concerning. You know, you knew coming in that they were a run-first team. They've got to stiffen up here on defense.
This team, as Greg told you, they just run it, and they are not ashamed of it. 59% of their plays they run. Look at the league average. It is far and away the most in the league, and clearly they are successful at it. And especially when you think about DC, Greg, they have gotten gashed on the ground the last 2 weeks.
They have, and they've changed their fronts. You know, they've played some 4-down stuff. They've played some 3-4 type stuff. I'm not sure they're quite comfortable with what they want to be right now on defense. You know, they're not quite sure what they want this front to be. As the game goes on, hopefully they'll figure it out a little bit and try to hold up against this run-first attack.
St. Louis can get a first down at the 2. Ta'amo with heavy pressure gets it to Jones. Good tackle. Solid play. The second good one today by Raheem Moore. And it looks like a field goal situation.
Raheem in this game, and he really sets the tone for this DC defense. That was a big stand.
Taylor Russolino from 35 yards out. Slides it through. He's now 8 for 8. The field goal's on the air, and he gets St. Louis off to a good start. 35-yard field goal. After a nice drive, primarily on the ground. St. Louis 62 yards rushing on the day, so they're well on their way to what they normally do, and that's dominate on the ground. So one more XFL game this weekend after we're done here, 9 o'clock. So, of course, the Kenny Robinson interception got that going for St. Louis. 11 plays, 53 yards, and the field goal until they're on the board. Who's coming in at quarterback?
I think this is going to be a very telling drive here. Not only who plays quarterback.
Oh, boy.
Didn't reach the 20.
It did not. And that means on the 45 you go.
The ball bounced before the 20-yard line. By rule, the ball will be placed 15 yards from where it was originally kicked. First down.
So that's a big momentum shift, and we've got a new quarterback. Cardell Jones will take a seat. Here's Tyree Jackson, who is enormous, 6'7". He was the MAC MVP and Offensive Player of the Year playing at Buffalo in 2018. And look, you know, he got some reps at the end of last week's game. It was out of hand, and he was warming up earlier, and the way Cardell Jones has started with the interception,
Hey, listen.
we'll see if this is his show the rest of the way or just a series.
This is a very interesting early move here by Pep Hamilton. His team's going to have to respond well.
Hurry, go.
Presley on the carry.
You know, I think, KD, I think it's going to be real telling, right? Coming out of this drive, regardless of who was going to be at quarterback, whether they stuck with Cardell or they moved to Tyree Jackson, I think the plays that he calls are going to be very telling of his confidence right now at the quarterback position, regardless of which guy. Is he going to allow the guy to come out and throw the ball and try to find a rhythm? Or they, as he started the game with Cardell, run after run after run. Play calls are very telling.
Another run here. Presley gets to the edge, has some space, has a first down.
Well, they're going to continue to establish this run. It's just this DC defender's run game wants to be.
They go to first, give it to Presley again, and look at the big scene. Presley, room to run inside the 15 and down to the 10.
Yeah, this is the style of run game. And we're seeing that unfold right in front of us here. Can Tyree Jackson, does he have enough control of this passing game to be able to punch this ball in here?
Second down, he keeps it, he throws it, and he's got a touchdown. Tyree Jackson hits Kari Lee for 6. So that worked out pretty well.
We talked about the RPO-style offense on the other side of the ball with St. Louis. Well, DC kind of took a page right out of their book. You'll see Lee here going in motion and getting set. This is a true RPO. It's an off tackle to the right. If that defender bites and pulls, he is going to pull it and throw it to his big body tight end right where that defender vacates for an easy touchdown. Kind of took a page right out of Chuck Long's book. I think the crowd's booing because they're going for 1. Is that why they're booing?
Maybe. They've gone for 1 a lot. They're only 1 for 8 on conversions after a score this year. It's worse in the league. Jackson here, looking to throw, pressured, and it's incomplete. Had to get rid of it. Pressure coming from Will Hill.
They haven't figured out their point after attempts this year. That speaks volumes to Cardell. Look at, he's smiling. He's happy for his guy. That's good leadership.
That's pretty great.
That's really good leadership.
You know, tough moment, Jones seemingly gets benched. And look at Jenny. She's so quick. Already has grabbed Tyree. Jenny.
Kevin, I'm not even letting him catch his breath because we got to get your immediate reaction, Tyree. You go in first series of the day. You get the touchdown. I know you're breathing hard, but take me through it.
Offensive line played great that drive. Moving guys. That was a great catch by Kari. Great play. We practiced all week. Got to keep it going, though. It's a long game.
Dave, look forward to it. Well done.
That was impressive just to be able to take a deep breath and answer Jenny's question. I mean, that takes a skill in itself.
Jenny really put him on the spot there, but I think that was probably an interview he was very willing.
Oh, he was excited. I mean, that was, now look, you got help with the kickoff, not reaching the 20, so you start at the 45 going in, but a couple big runs by Presley. Jackson throws his first touchdown of the year.
You don't ever apologize in this league for having success. You know, listen, he played the last 2 weeks, talking about Jackson, he played the last 2 weeks kind of in mop-up time.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of passing games and air raid and run and shoot like we've seen around this league, this is not the game for you.
This is Russell who makes a catch for a short game. Throws it into Chuck Long, the offensive coordinator.
Double right, 601, jet hitch. Double right, 601, jet hitch.
601.
11.
Second set. Monday. 180. What's up?
Four-man rush. Tom who floats when Washington's wide open and tackled immediately, but not before a first down as Washington gets out to the 34 and a 16-yard gain.
This is a great two-man concept here. You're going to see the slot receiver run an out route. Brandon Riley's going to run an out. And the outside receiver, Washington, we lost our replay, but they threw a hole shot there where the corner squats on the out route, and he just replaces it right over his head, kind of in a dead spot there in cover 2.
And then quickly like that, they get another play. They go to Riley for another first down, and that'll end quarter number 1 here from Washington. So how about that? Boom, boom, boom. St. Louis on the move just like that, but a good first quarter. DC's offense got going a little bit, and they've got the lead after 1.
MLS is back. Portland Timbers versus Nashville SC. LAFC versus Philadelphia Union. Tonight on ESPN and FS1.
Friday Night Smackdown, sponsored by Progressive at 8 Eastern, only on Fox.
Unreal deal only at Dave & Buster's. This, allergy sufferers, is my favorite Zysol bedtime story. It's about the time when allergy symptoms ruined people's sleep and made them miserable all the next day. Oh, what relief they found taking Zysol at night. It worked while they slept, and they woke refreshed for more productive days ahead. Zysol provides powerful relief. Plus, it lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, works faster than Claritin, and on first dose provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. So, be wise all. Take Zysol. At night.
I can't believe it. That child really was raised by wolves. Which one's your mother?
That's her right there.
No. I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. It's really great.
Well, I'm just so glad to have met your beautiful family, and we better be sitting down now.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Now on the Subway app. Get a limited time only.
Great look at the monuments here in Washington, D.C. after one quarter. Stats brought to you by Fox Bet. And D.C. needed a touchdown. They finally got one. The offense has been quiet. They made a quarterback switch. This game has been all about running the football for both sides, really. That's been the story, although Tyree Jackson came in and had a touchdown pass to Corey Lee. As Cardell Jones was put on the bench. We'll see if this is the rest of the game, but the way it started, you would... Right now, it certainly looks that way. So we start quarter number 2. St. Louis on the move here on a good-looking drive. Already picked up 35 yards. Tamu got the ball stuck on his hip a little bit. Now in trouble. Gets it to the tight end, Lucas, who's hit immediately for no...
Left, wing tight end. Looks like they're going to bring him in motion. No, yeah, they're going to bring him back in motion again.
Kind of like a fullback in a way. On a third down, and it's a gaping hole for Michael. He's got a first down, and it worked. Is that a new look for them? I don't recall seeing that. There's a pressure to get the play in with a 20-second play clock. And watch his hands. Explain after the call.
All right, let's go. Double left. 702 X dig. Double left. 702 X dig.
So Greg, he told us that there's 2 buttons in his hand. See the red button?
See, it's right there.
He said one button goes to the players, the other the coaches. And he said, I press the wrong button sometimes.
He said sometimes he's thinking to the coaches and he hits the wrong button, and he's telling the coaches what he wants to tell Jordan, and Jordan's saying, hey coach, you're talking to me, I got you.
And here's Michael, makes a good move. And it is going to be about a yard short of a first down. So, Chuck Long, is he pressing the right button? Certainly, so far it seems so.
We likened it to saying, you get an email from a group of people and you kind of reply all by mistake and too many people hear what you have to say. He said it happens to him a lot. He doesn't intend always for Jordan to hear what he says.
64 is eligible.
But he said Jordan's a pro and he understands. He's just coaching him hard. But we got a good chuckle out of that.
Third down and 1. Straight give. Matt Jones, first down and then some. Too easy for Matt Jones, who's inside the 20.
Yeah, they bring in Michael Miller again. He reports eligible. We do well, and each week have a new wrinkle, a new look, but don't change too much for the players.
Tamu going for the end zone, and it was intended for Lucas, but knocked away again. It was Raheem Moore, who's had a heck of a start for D.C.
Oh, Marcus, that's my guy. He had a shot. I told him yesterday, I said, man, make a play. You'll see him here. He's playing more of a slot than he is a tight end. He tries to cross face of the safety, Raheem Moore. Just flatten him out. Good play by Moore. I don't know how much more Marcus could have done there. It was a really good ball. I told Marcus, I said, make a play, bud. I want to talk about you. I want to hype you up. He was a teammate of mine in Carolina for a few years. Just got to be flatter. Maybe the ball out.
5-yard penalty. Still third down.
I got to tell you, this is a terrific atmosphere here today. I've never been here, Greg, to this stadium, and it is awesome. The fans in that end zone, it's all standing room, so they come in to buy those tickets, and they've just been making all kinds of noise. They're into it here in D.C.
We've been around this league now for 5 weeks, and this is as good an atmosphere, as you said, this is as good an atmosphere as we've seen in all of our travels so far.
Blitz coming, third and long to Amu, incomplete. Tried to get it to Washington. And on fourth and long, here comes a field goal try.
Great job there by Desmond Lawrence. They brought an all-out blitz there. Lawrence is there on an island, And he does a great job. You see him at the top of the screen. He's inside leverage. You know, as a defender, especially at corner, if we're bringing pressure inside, the quickest throw is an inside play. So I got to move inside the receiver. I cannot let him cross inside my face. Desmond Martin does a nice job there getting off the field.
Russolino continues his outstanding season, now 9 for 9. He's good from 40. It ties this game up. 9:49 to go in the first half from our nation's capital. 6-6 Defenders, Battlehawks.
Get $10 per horsepower. That's $7,970 on the Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Red Eye.
You're covering history as it happens. It's a big deal.
Being first is important, but being right is even more important. And that's not something that we take lightly.
Democracy 2020. It's in your hands. Fox News. America is watching.
Cover it up. That's what I...
Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Around here, we like blood, sweat, and tears. Served up with a side of blood, sweat, and more tears. Well, I'm not talking about football.
Your U.S. Open champion. Yeah, it's been a good atmosphere here this afternoon in D.C. and a fun start. Oh, the beer snake is building. That's what happens here. That's what happens. It's kind of a new tradition, so it's got a way to go. That was from a couple weeks ago. It's in the early infant stages. It's only the second quarter, and it's a 6-6 game. And there's been all kinds of intrigue and injuries early on in this game.
This has been awesome. I mean, what a great environment, great day. I know we're enjoying it. The fans are enjoying it. It's been great.
Great shot. Look at Duff getting down there working on camera. Love it. Ball bounces at around the 10. Holloman's going to pick it up. Good return out near the 35-yard line from Dion Holloman. So we got a new quarterback. We said that last time. And a new center, John Toth. Jenny Toth is hurt. Listen to a conversation with Tyree Jackson.
He had nobody on his team to that side of the field, but threw the ball out of bounds, punt and regroup on the sideline.
Jackson had a touchdown his first series of 3 and out on the next penalty flag. Ball is blocked by St. Louis, and it's bouncing out of bounds at the 43, but there are penalties too. I think it was blocked by Agadosi, the wide receiver, but now let's see if it's going to stick.
Illegal formation. Kicking team number 52. That penalty will be added on to the end of the kick. First down, St. Louis.
So, Carlton Agadosi gets in and delivers with a punt block and then a penalty to boot.
They called the penalty here on 52. You see him at left tackle, Jonathan Celestin. He's actually who got run over. Watch him, he's set. And he just long arms him. He almost looks like a defensive lineman rushing the passer. That was really impressive for a wideout. He just ran him over. 26. Celestin didn't have a chance there. Had a penalty and had a tough blocking assignment there.
Now the Battlehawks in business. And hang on one more second.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Let's go down to Jenny Taft.
Don't worry, Kevin. All of Carlton's teammates just came over to make sure he was looking good for this interview. So he's going to do it. Carlton, you set your team up for great field position. Coach Hayes just had some words with you. What did he share?
He just told me good job, but keep it going. I'm not even going to lie. I know I was going to block the point earlier this week watching them on film, and I just executed.
How do you continue to build on this momentum, this group?
You just keep it going, keep the energy up. When you work for something, you can relax because you already know you're prepared for it. So I'm about to just go out there and keep balling.
All right, thank you.
Lawrence. How about that, Greg? How about the fact, I saw it on film. I knew I was going to block the punt.
But anytime a special teams, you ask a special teams player or a special teams coach if they have a return or a block or anything, they always knew all week. That's kind of the running line. But I'll tell you what, that was an impressive pass rush by him. You saw him 6'6", 220, wide receiver out of Rutgers. He almost looks like he played D-end in college. He's a big, strong guy, and Celestin had his hands full.
Third and long. Blitz coming. Tamu feels the pressure. Flag flies incomplete. Try to get it to Pearson. That might be a hole, too. And it is.
Holding. Offense number 69.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
As a caricature artist, I appreciate what makes each person unique. That's why I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no two people are alike. And customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Almost done? What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hey, America. Come in for a $20 PNC. Make today the day.
Doing the things we love can be painful. Aspercream works to relieve those aches and pains. Aspercream's triple effect provides targeted relief, works in minutes, lasts for hours, so you can keep doing what you love. Love hurts. Aspercream works. At Scribe Music,
An argument, he's one of the top 3 defensive players in this entire league.
No doubt, Jackson. With some time, now running for his life. And again, he looked like there was nothing there, but he puts his shoulders down, and I think he's got the first down. He does. Presley. Nope, it's going to be kept by Jackson. Nice fake. Fake me out, too, and another positive game. So you talk about his size. He's not like a prototypical runner, but he's really getting chunks right now. He's got 8 more there.
He is. On Fox FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
I saved hundreds on my car insurance when I switched to Geico. This is how it made me feel. It was like that feeling when you go to high five a coworker and you do a perfect high five. Everyone is really excited for you because it was such a great high five. And then the boss comes in and she wants one too.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
All right. I got Subway.
Yep, free when you buy one on the Subway app. Order now.
Nothing says spring like a brand new family. And compared to our competition, nobody has a newer family than Hyundai, including 3 new SUVs in the last 2 years. And at the Hyundai Spring Sales event, you'll save big on all of them, even our littlest one. Get big savings on all of our new family members at the Hyundai Spring Sales event going on now.
Get a Santa Fe or Tucson for 0% APR for 60 months, plus 500 event cash. Now with complimentary maintenance. Sale ends soon.
Get it up.
As a tie rounds, no. Faded it to the right. It's no good, and we will remain tied at 6.
Yeah, that was God almighty, such a buzzkill. 2 downs to get 6 yards. I think if I'm Pep, I'm a little more aggressive in that situation if it comes up again.
So here's St. Louis and Tamu. Pressure coming, delivers a strike to Alonzo Russell, who's up to the 47-yard line. This is the comeback period in the XFL. So in synopsis, here's what it means. The clock stops after every single play, and it won't start again until the play clock gets to 20. So you've got plenty of time. That's the bottom line. And a drop by Marcus Lutz.
The passer, that is what they brought him here for. See him right here at the top of the screen.
There you go.
3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Tamu gets buried. What did you say? There he is, Greg Olson.
Well, Pep Hamilton's a smart guy. He said, hey, we can't have 55 seconds to go in a passing situation and not have the guy we brought here to rush the passer. I think this is a little bit of a mix-up here. The left tackle should take the big pass rusher and leave the secondary blitzer for the back. The left tackle ends up fanning out on the secondary blitzer. The back has no chance against a pass rusher like Anthony Johnson. He makes up for his offsides on the previous play, and he gets to celebrate twice in a row. This time it counts.
Got some pressure on Tamu this afternoon. Big reason why this game is where it is right now. Here's the punt, penalty flag as well. Holloman's got it. Makes a move. And it gets stacked up at the 25-yard line. So we'll see what the... It's surprising to give up 20 seconds.
When you hear the guys in the huddle there asking Tyree, why aren't we trying to go for it? I think there was a little frustration there in the huddle, and Tyree said, hey, let's stay positive. We got a whole second half to go.
6-6 at the half. Let's go down to Jenny Taft.
Well, Kevin, you know what Anthony just told me, and he did say this before the game. He said, I told you be ready. I'll never forget what Pep said. You told us you have one job, to disrupt the QB. You did that. How does the defense continue to build off that momentum?
At the end of the day, it's all about momentum, just like you stated. You just got to keep working as a group, stay together, stay composed, and go out and continue the job at hand.
How good does it feel to have a tie game going to the break, considering the way the last 2 weeks have gone for you?
Let me tell you something. Right now, the scoreboard is 0-0 to us. So as a defense, we're going to keep coming out there, giving the offense back the ball so they can have more opportunities to score. But other than that, I'm going to keep getting after that quarterback.
We'll be ready.
Thank you, Jenny.
Well, got the wink and everything, Jenny. I love it. That was awesome. Well, we had a lot going on in that first half, and the defense really reigning supreme for both teams. 6-6 your score at the break here from D.C. Defenders looking for a little momentum. St. Louis making an argument to be the best team in the XFL. We're tied at the break from our nation's capital.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you? I'm the new Chris Paul.
Man, we want the real deal, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
After
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
After 225 years of Jim Beam, you'd think we'd just look back on our past. Nope. We're looking to our future. We're crafting new bourbons, creating new ways to drink them, and teaching a new generation of distillers. So no, we're not raising a glass to the last 225 years. We're raising Jim Beam for 225 years to come.
A live bookkeeper is helping customize QuickBooks for me.
Okay, you're all set up.
Thanks. That was my business ski. This one's casual.
Get set up right with a live bookkeeper with Intuit QuickBooks.
Hey, King Midas. People should know we can service. Hey, King Midas. People should know we can service their whole car.
Yes.
Tires, brakes, oil, everything. Everything. We must tell the people.
Now get an oil change, tire rotation, brake check, and more with our maintenance package, just $29.99.
We asked college kids if they would get up early for a Burger King croissant.
No, it's too early.
I didn't even know Burger King had breakfast.
This is good.
This is better than what I usually eat. Definitely worth waking up for.
The BK croissant. Get 2 for $4 or 2 doubles for $5. Your way better. On FS1.
XFL on FS1 is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. 6-6 at the half, St. Louis and D.C. A lot of defense, a lot of running in this one. Back to that in just a moment. Highlights from yesterday in the XFL. Seattle had an early lead on Houston, 14-0. But of course, Houston, they always find a way to come back, don't they? P.J. Walker doing his thing as usual. Cam Phillips, 11-yard touchdown. A little controversy at the end, but they hold on for a 9-point win. They are unbeaten, 5-0. The Guardians are catching fire a little bit here. Luis Perez, second week starting, and he's got a couple of wins behind his belt here. 80-yarder to Colby Pearson. Made it 20-6 New York, and then a little D. How about this play? Nice play. Tip pass, Ryan Mueller. And then he picks it off himself and runs it in. And the Guardians right back in the race. 30-12, they win it. They're 3-2 with a couple wins in a row. So Perez, again, the switch was made to him. He started the year as the number 3 quarterback, and now he's 2-0. Played well. The defense for New York has been pretty good all year long. P.J. Walker, a couple of interceptions, but 3 more touchdowns, 351 yards. He's had an incredible year. for the unbeaten Roughnecks. Here, it's a lot of defense in our first half from Washington, D.C. Teams getting set for the second half, and so are we. 6-6 score.
As a caricature artist.
You know what really hits the spot after spending 12 hours in a room with no windows? Not a protein bar. I'm talking about a burger with a crispy wheel of cheese on it. Help me help you.
The new BFC Angus Thick Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Feed your...
You're the first
It's a feast.
And my sister, so it definitely feels good.
And he's got a touchdown.
Great catch by Curry, great play. We practiced all week. Got to keep it going, though. It's a long game.
That was our game flow, brought to you by Progressive. In the first half stats, this has been a run-oriented defensive game, and you see the numbers leading to a 6-6 score right now at the break. We set for quarter number 3. And, you know, Greg, also, I think you got to really give credit to DC's defense, right? I mean, the St. Louis offense is dynamic. They tore apart Seattle last week. Well, they've got 135 yards of offense.
Yeah, this DC defense, you got to tip your hat to them. They've been, the last 2 weeks, they've really been abused a little bit. And Louis Chaffee, their D coordinator, he said to us, I got to get back to being more aggressive. I got to bring pressure. We got to get to Amu. We got to get guys in his face, get guys in his lap. And boy, have they done that. We saw Anthony Johnson close the half with a big sack there on third down. This guy, they are doing a great job just keeping him off rhythm, off timing. And that's something St. Louis's offense is built on. Timing, passing game, how that builds in with the run. They've had no success in either area.
See how they change it? Why don't we go right to the source, because Jenny tapped us with their head coach, Jonathan Hayes.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Well, Coach, in terms of the message at the break, it felt like you guys were running the ball with ease, but unable to capitalize in the end zone in the first. What do you want to see differently?
Well, finish the plays, and let's not have the pre-snap penalties that put us in the hole, because we get behind on the call sheet, it's hard to catch up, and that's been the toughest part of the damn day.
All right, well, look forward to seeing it. Thank you for the time, Coach. Some frustration, Kevin.
Yeah, Jenny, and I get it. 6 penalties, 40 yards, and that has been part of it here today. But you like the raw emotion. Even after the cooling off at halftime, Coach Hayes is not thrilled with some of the mistakes here today. So Cardale Jones was benched in the first half, and Tyree Jackson came on and did pretty well. Didn't throw the ball well, but you like the pacing.
I do. I think the change to Jackson has allowed them to just spread out a little bit, just put a little air and put some breath into this offense. You know, it's not, we heard him say they're not going to go under center, which was a big part of their run game the previous couple weeks. You know, you see the jet sweeps, you see the ball getting out on the perimeter with their backs. I think that style of offense, and particularly the run game, that really translates well to this league and the XFL. And you know, I think it's nice to see DC kind of acknowledge that. Let's see if they can continue to layer in aspects of that offense through the second half.
A DC member got the ball to start, so now it's St. Louis's turn, so we'll wait to see Jackson. Here is Mumphrey. And across the 25 to the 28.
Everything Pep Hamilton is trying to bring back.
DC entire team. Sorry, Greg. DC blitzes. Amu sees and escapes, looking to run. He's got a long way to go, and he's not going to get there. He's out to the 33, but he had to get to the 38.
To open it up. This St. Louis defense, they're leading the league in almost every defensive category. There you go.
Ball flipping around. Big play. Tompkins has some room. Gets a block. It's DeAndre Tompkins. 2-yard field goal out of Jackson's hold. This time, Rouse got it. He makes the adjustment from last time. He delivered from 52 yards out, and that play to Presley got him the field goal.
The ball with his hands. That's your strength. Just play to your game.
Hasn't caught one yet today. Here, though, they go to Washington. Great route and room to run. And a big gain down near the 40 for Damian Washington. A perfect throw, perfect execution for 28. A little bit better about yourself?
It does. You got to make that one catch. We've all been there. We've had those games where it doesn't seem like anything goes your way. All week in practice, you're thinking about it.
Michael thinking about 6 and a good run for Christian Michael. He's got 21 yards right up the gut. Another St. Louis first down.
Run threat standing next to Ta'amu.
DC shows blitz. They back off. Ta'amu gets it out to 40. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was a bullet up by his hands. Just couldn't connect. And 4th down.
Continue to keep the streak alive.
So it'll be Russolino for the tie. He's got 2 field goals today, one from 35, one from 40. And Russolino will try this one from 38. It's up. And Russolino does his job. No, he does not. He can't put it home. His first miss of the year, a high snap, did not help. And St. Louis fails to capitalize.
Great job there by King, the punter, getting the ball down. Something of note on the last punt the Battlehawks had, Tanner Carew, number 48, the long snapper. He was brought into the medical tent. He was hurt. I don't know if he's still dinged up. I don't know if he's still feeling the kind of the result of that injury or whatever the case may be. He was holding his rib or something in his midsection. But that was a bad snap. They're lucky they even got that ball on the ground to get the kick off.
Yeah, they did. It was today. Let's go down the field, though, with Jenny Taft.
Okay. Hey. Just going to let them have their moment, Kevin.
Same even dart. I'll send it.
All right, sorry to interrupt you guys. I know this is...
Oh, shot down.
What are you guys talking about first?
Just protection-wise, if the running backs should stay in or not. But, we just got to keep playing and just keep making the right reads. And it's all going to open up soon, so.
Has there been anything in terms of DC and what they're doing that has surprised you guys on offense?
No, everything, we're just killing ourselves in the foot. And everything we've seen on film, they're doing the exact same thing. So we just got to execute, make smart decisions, and score.
Thanks for the time.
Jenny, thanks. That was really cool, just kind of watching that conversation unfold, and then Jenny getting in there. Very neat, able to get that access. Meanwhile, DC completing to Ross for a first down. Here's Presley. And the ball is, look at this, Presley's still going.
Everybody on St. Louis starting us down.
Yes, they did, and he didn't.
What a great job by Presley. Watch him. He kind of jumps over these guys here. Oh, he's not even close to being down. Hey. Great awareness. Seattle, St. Louis, they got to finish that play. Jay Hayes, Jonathan Hayes, they are not going to be happy. You heard Jonathan Hayes tell Jenny, we got to start finishing drives, finishing plays.
Goodness gracious, you okay? You act like you're tired. Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
Come on, Ty. Come on, Ty. Help me one time. Yes, we need him.
Ty being Ty Rousa, the field goal kicker, who missed one earlier but got a 52-yarder.
Even rock.
Pep Hamilton, the head coach of... Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and that is good. So Rousa has made amends after missing his first. He's got a 52 and a 51-yard field goal, and DC extends the lead. Saturday, XFL football is on FS2. Jordan Ta'amu and St. Louis taking on Tampa Bay at 5 Eastern. And then next Sunday, Dallas battling DC at FS1 at 4 Eastern. Don't miss a second of all the action. Saturday is on FS2. Next Sunday on FS1. You can stream it all on the Fox Sports app. So they officially credit that as a 50-yard field goal.
Down, wait for that ball to move, and then come. Stop listening to the quarterback. Stop thinking you're timing the snap, because now you're giving them a chance now instead of getting off the field to convert this third down.
3rd and 2. Damo delivers first down. Russell turned around, made a nice catch on that. He's out to the 45, and a big conversion for St. Louis.
It's undefeated, though. You give a chance to a team like this, you're going to see him. He's out here. He just runs a little follow rep. Watch, go stutter, come into the vacated zone. Not a great throw, a little behind him, but a good catch. It's undefeated, KB. If you're a defense and you have a critical error on 3rd down and you give a team a second chance.
The Battlehawks can build a little momentum after that penalty. They go quick. Jones has it again, breaks a tackle, first down. Matt Jones with a couple nice runs back-to-back.
Two fresh backs that are just as good in Michael and Ford. This three-headed rushing attack is very difficult on defenses.
He'll throw it though, and Thomas going deep down the far side of the field. Is he inbounds? He is!
What a catch.
Oh my goodness, Washington twisting and turning and staying in bounds. 29 yards.
This is just an unbelievable catch. Watch, he's fighting the guy. He saves room on the sideline. He almost reaches behind his head. The best thing he did, he gave his quarterback a chance to throw that ball to the outside by not getting pushed too wide by the corner. Quarterback drops it in the bucket. He makes an unbelievable adjustment.
Here's Pearson. Oh, good tackle by the play. Whistle blows. It should be the end of the third quarter. A couple more seconds, and it is. And so, the defenders with the lead heading to the fourth. The Battlehawks on the move, though. High drama building from D.C. We head to the fourth.
Have you noticed?
The XFL continues Saturday on FS2 as the St. Louis Battlehawks take on the Vipers. Then Sunday on FS1, the Dallas Renegades face off with the DC Defenders. The XFL, Saturday and Sunday on FS2 and FS1. Download the Fox Sports Super 6 app today and lock in your picks for a chance to win cash prizes.
There's been quite the construction during the break as we head to the fourth quarter. The beer snake, the cup snake, whatever you want to call it, is really taking wild.
That's fun.
What a scene.
Good for them. They're still working.
Jumbo package for St. Louis. Knocking on the door, down by 6. Matt Jones. Good hole. Up the middle. It's Matt Jones inside the 5 and close to a first down. He'll be a little short.
DC now is bringing in some big boys. They've shown this look. They got 5 big defensive linemen that are all going to put their hand on the ground, try to cover up this entire front. On the other side, St. Louis they brought in the jumbo. Michael Miller's the left tight end. You see all the D linemen.
Jones on third down, stacked up. Did he get there? I don't think he did. Jameer Thurman made the first hit, but he had some help, and now it's 4th down and 1.
Let's see if they stay with this look. St. Louis is taking the jumbo tight end out, bringing in 2 new receivers. Looks like they're going to stay 5 big down linemen on defense and say, you're not going to run this ball in. We're going to force you to pass it.
Here we go. 4th and 1 for Tamu. Tamu on the keeper, makes a move, and I don't know. The spot, he's short. He did not get there. What a stand by DC.
Right in front of the cup snake. Crowd is going wild. But great adjustment by the defensive coordinator. We've talked about him a lot, Louis Trophy. There's something about the guy I just really enjoyed. They look at these big bodies here, all 5 coming off the ball. There's nowhere for him to go. Great job there. You see Tavares Barnes, number 91, keep contained. Funnels it back in. Jonathan Celestin, he's had a few come in. The zone read and the RPO. And he's done exactly that this entire game. He's taken away what St. Louis has built this offense on, and it's really shown.
They bring out the 6 just to measure, just for good measure, and just to confirm that he did not get it. You're right. I mean, you watched last week and the way the St. Louis team ran their offense with Tamu just dominating, running the ball out, running that RPO offense, and today they have had trouble doing a lot. Penalties have hurt, 3rd and longs have hurt, but that was just a great stand by DC.
Great stand. Remember, Louis Trophy spent a long time, 10-plus years on the staff with Jonathan Hayes.
Much on first down. Jenny Taft is near the cup snake.
Can we talk about the best tradition in the XFL, the beer snake? Now, I've done some research, Kevin. This thing started as 2 different snakes. They combined in the 4th quarter because this is what it's all about. I want to take you through just how long this thing is. The fans in DC having an absolute amazing time. Guys, how challenging is it to make sure this thing doesn't break?
Huh?
How challenging is it to make?
Not at all. Just hold it. Come on.
Not at all. Everyone having
lot of cups and a lot of beers have been consumed.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
It's so fun. This place is going to go wild if they get to the top of that stadium.
It's making its way there.
What do you think? 25 rows away?
Well, I don't know if they could do that in 12 and a half minutes. That's the only thing. 3rd down and 6 for the defenders. Challenge is laid out, Greg. You did it.
Come on now.
See if Jenny can help out.
Defenders.
So while they call a timeout, we'll go to break. We have counted. Mitch Smith has given us a count. It's 14 more rows.
Okay.
Jenny, get in there. Make it happen. Timeout, DC.
The Subway app. Order now. I think a lot of people forget to just be grateful. Sam Adams. It's grassroots, it's family, and that's why Sam Adams is the best beer for this toast. The reason why I brought you here today is I wanted to toast you and thank you for everything you sacrificed. So this is for you. And I love you so much.
Love you too.
Today at Carfax.com.
We are back. That's just the XFL commissioner, Oliver Luck, who got the beer snake / cup snake going. Said, come on, keep going. How fun is that? Anyway, we've reached a critical point in this game. DC up by 6, 12:25 to go. It's a 3rd down and 5, so even after St. Louis got stuffed, it's a huge defensive stand if they can make it here.
Hurry, go.
Brissett in the game. Keeper by Jackson. What a move. 1st down. How about that? All 6, 7 of them. He got by Will Hill, and he moves the chains.
You see Andrew Anchor right here. He's the read. He takes the back. Now Will Hill, he's got to make this tackle in the open field. We've seen this now a few times out of Jackson. He's deceptively athletic for a big guy. Will Hill's one of the best players the Battlehawks have. Just couldn't bring him down in the open field. As you said.
Now, trying to continue this drive.
I feel like there's a lot of parallels right now between that cup snake trying to finish this stadium and DC trying to finish this game. They're both grinding it out. See if either one of them have any luck.
Hurry, go.
Good hard running. And a 1st down, 2. Presley's had a nice day. We get multiple penalty flags, too, at the end of this play.
You heard Jackson. That's you and us. Spiked the ball right in his face.
All right, so we're going to be 1st and 10? So it'll be 26 on the offense? Okay.
That's a critical error.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
They brought the call. You see these guys over here. But then they come.
Jackson in trouble, and down he goes. On cue, Greg Olson, Kenny Robinson, who had the interception earlier, a safety blitz, and a huge play for St. Louis.
Yeah, they got a great 3rd down blitz.
Way to go. 7:03 to be exact here from our nation's capital. Jordan Ta'amu making a case to be this league's MVP. Can he put his offense on his back? Because they got work to do. Down by 6.
Amazing at your Lexus dealer.
So I want everybody to remember that the employee of the month parking spot is for that model.
You know what's better than this besides everything? A burger with a crispy wheel of cheese on it.
Introducing the new BFC Angus Thick Burger at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
Vigor!
MB to 642-642.
So you look at the MVP favorites in the league. P.J. Walker has been sensational for the Roughnecks. They're 5-0, but this man is right there. Jordan Ta'amu has put up wonderful numbers in the air and on the ground. And you see the comparison. Obviously, P.J. Walker's offense throws it a lot more. That's why the touchdowns are such a disparity. Jordan Ta'amu runs a primarily rushing offense. But if you want to be an MVP, you need an MVP-type drive, which is what they need right now. DC up by 6, but plenty of time left in this game. 7:03, and Jordan Ta'amu and company.
Alpha, I go.
blitz coming. Ta'amu sees, gets away, throws, incomplete. More on the safety blitz. Had to rush Ta'amu, and the pressure all day has been a factor.
This really good St. Louis offense. You got to give DC and their entire defensive side of the ball a ton of credit today.
Impressive 3 and out. Cade's blocked. It's blocked by Furman. Picked up. Celestine rumbling inside the 5. Jameer Thurman, he just beats his guy right off the edge. Dexter McCoyle, we talked earlier about what a good player he was, and then Jonathan Celestin, the irony that he gave up the block punt earlier in the game for the defenders. Now he scoops up the ball, takes it down, and now they got first and goal at the 4-yard line. And something else, KB, Cat King, he is hobbling off the field. It's a big loss. Making a 9-point game, and he does this at 22 yards out. 9-point lead. The reason that's currently downstairs. Let's go down there with Jenny Taft, another hero.
Kevin, I've got Jameer with the block, Jonathan with the recovery. Now, you guys have been feeding off the energy of this crowd just to be back and for the defense to be doing their job today. How good does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. It feels great. You know, when we out there on teams, defense flying around, getting back to our usual selves here in D.C., it's a great feeling today.
You know, we just came with some energy today. We want to make sure that we play for each other. Let's kick off. We want to make sure we play for each other and make sure we had the fans happy because they came to show up. So we'll see. I got to go though.
Go for it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, they have come with the energy. I think that's a great line because it's evident, right, Greg? We've seen it defensively. I mean, especially here late in this game, a couple big stands, and then the special teams, obviously. And who can forget the memorable cup snake? Come on.
Cup snake, I think, has really set the tone for the entire day. I think their perseverance, but all kidding aside, remember, Pep Hamilton told us on the call, he said, I felt like the last 2 weeks we were tired. You know, we flew out to LA, cross country for the first time. Get back to what's gotten them here.
4-man rush, Ta'amu going far side, Washington's wide open! How in the world did Washington get that wide open and a huge hookup on first down?
We saw this earlier. They run the speed out by the slot versus cover 2, and they just call that a hole shot. You throw it between the safety and the sideline. To Jordan.
Got a kicker with a big leg. 3rd and forever. Ta'amu can run. He will. Makes a move. Ta'amu makes more than a move as he's close to a first down. He picks up 13 on the play. He is
going down in Chicago on FS1 at 6 Eastern.
Move tight.
All right, John, thank you. 15-9. It's a 1-score game. 2 minutes to go. 4th and 1. St. Louis. What did they call? Remember on their 2 possessions ago, they got stopped on a 4th and 1 down at the 5. And so we come down to that again. Play started with a 40-yard pass to LaDamian Washington to get this drive going. Lineman.
Look how many guys in the box DC has.
Ta'amu just going to give it to Matt Jones. And his second error, did he get there? I don't know. He looks short.
I think he's short. I think he's short.
Like no chance.
Review the spot, John. Ask him to review the spot.
Hey, Rick, I'm watching that wife. I'm watching that wrist now, man.
All right, I got it.
So they see the spot is not even close. Now I'm sure they're going to look at this and replay, but first breath, it didn't look like he got there. Now, Greg, the only thing I would say is, were his knees down right there?
Yeah.
I still think he's short.
I think so, too. But now they can't quit now. Again, we keep harping on these timings.
Trying to secure a win. He's going to hand it off here. Presley with a nice move and a first down. Jarrell Presley is over 100 yards rushing.
Got to tip your hats here to DC. Pep Hamilton rallied his guys. But I'll tell you what, we've seen almost every team in this league for the last 5 weeks, KB. This St. Louis team now, they're for real. don't let today, take away from what a good team this is. Today was a tough day. Didn't play as well as they wanted to offensively. Their defense is going to keep them in every single game. They'll figure out this offense. Ta'amu and Matt Jones, they'll be okay. This is a tough day for Jonathan Hayes and his staff, but they're still one of the contenders in this league to win the whole thing.
What it is a three-way tie atop the Eastern Division, right? St. Louis, New York, and now D.C., all 3-2. And Tyree Jackson came in for Cardale Jones, who was benched. He probably hasn't played a full game since his days at Buffalo, obviously. You know he's got to be a little tired on a warm day, but boy, the spark that this team needed, and they got a great defensive effort. The special teams, obviously, too, with the block punt late. And there are the standings. Locked at the top of the East. 3 teams. Let's go down to the field with Jenny Taft.
Kevin, appreciate it. Now, Pep, we chatted before the game, and you talked about just getting back here, getting home, getting to business, but today was about your defense. Holding St. Louis to 6 points, 4 sacks. What can you say about the performance?
You know, we talked about this last week. We've won games together. We've lost games together. The key for us is just to stay together and find a way to win games. Outstanding performance by our defense. Our defensive staff did a great job of coming up with a plan to slow down a really good St. Louis offense. And it feels good to be back home in front of the 12-pack. You see the snake. And find the victory.
And for Tyree Jackson, just getting in there and being efficient, what went into the decision to go with Tyree over Cardale?
Well, Tyree offers a different dynamic, just his ability to run the football, and he made plays. He made plays when we had to have plays, in critical situations. So we have 2 really good quarterbacks, and we're excited to see how we practice next week and see what we come up with.
It's crazy. We're halfway through the season. I know the 12-pack is excited. Where are you at in terms of this team?
Well, I think we're still searching for an identity. There's no excuse for us to put our defense in a situation late in the game to where they have to make another critical stop for us to secure the game. We got to do a better job of playing good situational football, but it's our job to find ways to win games, and our guys did it today.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
They did that. They found ways to win with a terrific defensive effort. And I think, I like what Pep did. He's talking about both of his quarterbacks, and Jackson wasn't, mind-blowingly good, but he made big plays at the right time for them.
He extended drives, converted 3rd downs, made some guys miss in the open field. I mean, he made that 1 first down. We joked about being 6'8", but if he's 6'5", he doesn't get it, right? He made it by the tip of the ball. He was just good enough. But as you said, the story of this game was the defense. Louis Chaffee kind of settling the troops down, making some changes, identifying some things that hadn't gone well the last couple weeks, and they came out today and just stifled a really good St. Louis offense.
There you go. Pep Hamilton going right to the snake. And we take a look at Fox Bet, the odds today. If you were a winner, you had DC. They covered the 4.5, and the under hitting, just 21 total points, well under the 38.5. Those odds provided by Fox Bet today. A defensive effort in DC. Back at home, where they're 3-0. They obviously like playing in front of their home fans, and they get a much-needed win, and now there's a 3-way tie atop the Eastern Division. 15-6. Defenders take down the Battlehawks. More from our nation's capital after this.
We asked college kids if they would get up early for a Burger King sandwich. AR to 234-234.
Back here in D.C. where the Defenders 3-0 at home. Amazing, right? 3 games at home. They've all played really, really well on the home. 2 stinkers, but they are 3-2 tied for the division lead. And I'll tell you what, you look at this young quarterback who come out in, and Tyree Jackson, who didn't get the start, came in to give a little spark, and Greg, he did enough. He made plays like this and gained some yards when they really needed it.
He did. Like you said, he did just enough to extend drives, pick up critical first downs. We saw at the end of the game they were able to, they didn't get a lot of yards, but they were able to milk a lot of the clock, reduce the amount of possession St. Louis had while they were down. You can't say enough about a young kid with not a lot of practice to come in, get his first action in for a win.
Jenny, why don't you tell us more about it?
Let's get to know Tyree as the fans behind me chanting his name. Look, you're a Michigan kid. You play at University of Buffalo. Just take me into today, your first XFL win, and just how it went for you.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank God. Without him, I wouldn't be here. And
it was a great team win. The defense played unbelievable, special teams as well, and on offense, I felt like we scored when we needed to, so it was a good day.
I remember reading about you and something you said at the Combine, that you're always going to play with a chip on your shoulder. What can we expect from you moving forward?
Same thing, just the same guy every day. Just go out there and work hard, and it's easy when you got a team like this and guys that push you every day. And when I was out there playing, Cardell did a great job of keeping me up and and encouraging me. So it's just a great team atmosphere here at DC.
We're halfway through the season, which is kind of crazy. Clearly the fans are happy with what they're seeing, but how would you equate where this team is at right now?
I think we're on the way up, but I think we also have a ways to go. Never going to be mad about a win, but we got to finish some drives and score some more touchdowns. But anytime you get a win on a Sunday, it's a great day.
Go enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin?
It is a great day for DC and their fans. Jenny, thanks, and that young man will enjoy today. I mean, again, coming out of Buffalo, Jenny talked, Michigan kid, gets time with the Bills in preseason and was one of their cuts later in the preseason, and now, after signing here, gets a real chance and gets his team a win, Greg Olsen. And I think, though, when you look at it, as much as he did a very nice job, when you have a defense that shuts down one of the best offenses in the league and 2 4th-and-1 stops in the second half, that's pretty tough to top story-wise.
They were the story of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Louis Chaffee, we talked about him a lot during the broadcast. He made no bones about it. The last couple weeks were unacceptable. That was not the style of play they were trying to build here in D.C. And boy, did his guys answer. They were aggressive. They were downhill. They were very multiple. I think they gave Jordan Ta'amu a lot of different looks, both rushing the passer and different looks when it came to stopping their zone read, kind of downhill run game. I mean, they just put pressure on him all day. Very few times was he able to just hit his back foot and throw, or as he's accustomed to, hit his back foot, see a lane, and take off and run. Those lanes closed fast, and as you said, those big fourth quarter stops, none bigger there than at the end of the game when it was still a 9-point game. You can't say enough. Hats off to those guys. They played really well, and that's what they need to figure out carrying forward. How do we channel this home energy when we go on the road?
Yeah, I mean, we asked when we came on the air, who are they? What are they, right? I mean, we know they're good at home now because they've won every game at home, and they've played a different brand of football at home. And on the road, as Greg said, now can they bring that on the road? As you see what's coming up for them with Dallas and Houston, that will not be easy. And then Tampa, I just think, though, when you look at where the league is, you're halfway home. Jenny says season's halfway over now, and I think the beauty of it is, Houston's undefeated, so of course you're going to say, hey, they're the best team, right? But outside of that, I think there's a lot of parity, which I think is a good thing.
I think so too. I think this back half of the season is going to be really exciting. See, can anybody distance themselves? As you said, Houston's kind of that top dog right now at 5-0, but then you got a lot of guys in that 3-2 mix. 3 of them in the East Division. I think St. Louis is a lot better than they showed today. I think they're a team that is balanced. I don't think what we saw the last couple weeks was a mirage. I think that's really what they are. I think today they got off balance. They came across a really good team at home, and I think it was more things not going their way than it was they're not as good a team as we thought. I think they're going to compete as this season continues to progress.
DC wins it. Greg enjoyed it. Be a lot of fun. Jenny Taft, Greg Olsen, our entire XFL on Fox team. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Defenders defend their thing.
After 225